What are vaccines? What are different types of vaccines? Vaccines are basically molecules or viral particles or infectious portions of infectious agents that prepare the body for an infection. It's basically priming the body before the actual infection happens. There are different types of vaccines, and I will be discussing each of those in a little bit of detail in this video. The first classical type of vaccine is called a live attenuated vaccine. So for example, if you have a virus, the virus causes a severe infection. So what the researchers do is develop a live virus, meaning that can replicate in your body, but it is attenuated. That's the clinical term, attenuated, but actually they weaken the virus so that it can cause a very mild infection in the body, just enough for the body to develop antibodies against it, so that if you get the infection in the future, your body is ready to go after it and attack. It's an excellent way to produce lifelong amounts of resistance against the virus. But there are some challenges to it. For producing a live attenuated vaccine, you need to be able to grow them in culture, that is outside the body. Not every virus can be grown like that, and so you might not be able to actually develop this live attenuated viral vaccines, and most of these need to be refrigerated throughout. So that facility might hinder the fact that this vaccine may not be reachable to a lot of people. So that is one of the drawbacks. The other drawback is because this is a live virus and it is capable of infection, it cannot be given to everybody. For example, somebody who has an organ transplant, who is constantly taking immunosuppressants, someone who has HIV or AIDS, someone who has other issues that reduces their immune system, like an autoimmune condition or things like that, they cannot be given these. So while it is an excellent route to give antibodies in the body, it is not suitable for everybody. There are some vaccines that are live attenuated that continue to be used even today because they are so effective and safe. An example of a live attenuated vaccine is the chickenpox vaccine and the rotavirus vaccine. These are very good at preventing chickenpox and rotavirus infections in humans. The second most popular method of giving a vaccine is called a inactivated vaccine, where the infectious particle is grown in large quantities and inactivated, meaning killed, so that it cannot cause an infection, whereas the killing method is such that it looks exactly like the virus when it is given in the body. So it is called an inactivated virus. So when you are given the vaccine, the body will recognize it and think that, okay, this looks like an infectious particle, and then make antibodies against it. However, it is not going to cause any infection in you. And if you get the real infection in the future due to some other exposure, your body is already prepared to protect you against this infection very safely. This is much more safe compared to a live attenuated vaccine. The immune response from an inactivated vaccine is slightly below a live attenuated vaccine, so you might need to take boosters. You will know if you have a young child in the house, you know you're getting these vaccines and then you get boosters. These boosters keep, like the name sounds, boost up the immune response for these against these infections and give us as long protection as possible. A very classic example of an inactivated viral vaccine are hepatitis A and rabies vaccine. So live attenuated and inactivated vaccines are very classic, based on solid science vaccines that have been used with a great amount of success in the past and continue to be used so. The third method is a subunit or a protein or a recombinant vaccine, where your science has grown so much that you don't need the full infectious agent, that is the bacteria or the virus, to be given for you to get the immune response. We have studied the effect of these viruses and bacteria in our body, and we know exactly what portion is required for the immune response to be generated. And we have the technology to develop this and make it and package it such that when you present it to the body generates the immune response against these recombinant or subunit or protein particles that will give you a lifelong immune system, along with some boosters periodically needed to boost the immune response over time. An example of a subunit or a recombinant or a protein particle based vaccine is whooping cough, hepatitis B. These are very effective vaccines and have done a great job in curbing these kinds of infections in the past. Another type of vaccine is called a toxoid vaccine. Sometimes when an infection happens, it is usually due to a particular poison, like a toxin, released by the bacteria. This toxoid itself can be taken from the bacteria, purified and inactivated and injected in small quantities to develop antibodies against it. So if you actually get the infection and these toxins are being secreted, your body is ready to fight them. One of the most common, most popular vaccines, it is your tetanus vaccines that is given against the toxoid. It's a tetanus toxoid vaccine. These are the classical ways of developing vaccines. Now, we've always talked about improving the vaccine technology that makes it safer and more effective. Two new methods have come to the forefront where they are dominating our news really. The first one is a recombinant viral vector vaccine, where a non-infectious or a weakly infectious virus is engineered to carry the protein against which you're giving the vaccine. That is, the platform, the vehicle which is made to carry will cause a very, very mild or almost no infection in us. But it is not the virus against whom you're developing the antibody. It is made to carry the protein that creates an immune response against what you are trying to fight against. So those are called recombinant vaccines, where they combine parts of different viruses that give you the ideal immune response to your body. Now, when I say combine parts of viruses, create a new virus, everybody is going to think, oh my god, this is the biowarfare, people are going to get really sick and all that. It is actually very, very simple. You can make a very, very safe vaccine delivery mechanism using a viral vector. The one that is in the forefront now, that's constantly being talked about, is the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine and the Gamaleya vaccine built by Russia, Sputnik 5. Both of them use an adenovirus vector. Adenoviruses cause common colds, and they are very good at priming the immune system, where if the body gets an adenovirus infection, the body is like, oh okay, I need to respond quickly. But they don't cause a severe illness in us. And when you make them carry the spike protein of COVID-19, the body will majorly make the antibody against COVID-19 without actually seeing the COVID-19 infection or the COVID-19 virus. So if you are exposed to COVID-19, your body is ready to fight against this infection. The next method that is really exciting for everybody is the mRNA vaccines, which is what Pfizer and Moderna have developed. What the theory behind it is, like all life is encoded by DNA or RNA. Now, the Pfizer vaccine and the Moderna vaccine have identified specific parts of the coronavirus spike protein and designed this vaccine to only carry the portion that is needed for the immune response. So it is not even the protein, it is simply the mRNA molecule. Once it's taken up by the body will process the mRNA, body itself will make a small amount of this protein, and this protein will be recognized as foreign by the body and antibodies are made against it. So it is considered extremely safe even for people that have a very bad immune system or a suppressed immune system, like cancer patients and people that have had organ transplantation. So this is an overview of what are the different vaccines that are out there and some examples for each of them. If you have any questions or concerns, please ask me so we can clarify those doubts, and when the vaccines come out, you can take them without any fear.